Denmark for her statement, and I give the floor to the representative of Greece.
Thank you, Madam President. We are grateful to Guyana for convening this meeting. At the outset, I would also like to thank Assistant Secretary General Mr. Yencho and Director Ms. Vosornou for their informative yet worrying briefings. Madam President, this war needs to stop. Instead of genuinely embarking on the path to peace through negotiations initiated by the United States, Russia has strayed from it and has intensified its attacks against civilians and civilian infrastructure in Ukraine, causing immense human suffering and leading to further regional and global destabilization. In the context of another countrywide assault, Russia launched on June 17th the deadliest attack in Kyiv in almost a year, causing at least 28 deaths. The total verified figures are gruesome and incontrovertible. Russian attacks have caused 50% more casualties in the first month of 2025 than the same period last year. Civilian infrastructure is constantly targeted, with residential buildings, schools, health facilities, and port infrastructure sustaining substantial damage. We deplore any attacks against civilians and civilian objects. We commend once more the work of OCHA, another humanitarian organization active in Ukraine, and we are calling for the full, safe, and unimpeded access to the areas where the work is most needed. Madam President, the world is watching events unfold in Ukraine. The overwhelming majority of UN members have repeatedly condemned Russia's war of choice against Ukraine. We need to collectively discourage imitators of this aggression and reject in practice the idiom that might makes right. Greece insists on the need for accountability for the perpetrators of violations of international humanitarian law and justice for the victims. In that respect, we commend the work of international judicial institutions and stress the latest striking findings of the Independent International Commission of Inquiry on Ukraine. Madam President, Greece has welcomed recent peace efforts, which led to 2 rounds of direct bilateral talks between the sides. We also welcome the exchange of prisoners of war, captives under the age of 25, and fallen soldiers, which was agreed bilaterally as a sign of progress. Yet what is needed is not to treat the symptom but the disease, and this can only be done by putting an immediate end to the hostilities that led to this. What we need now is peace. No peace effort can have any substantial result if hostilities continue. We regret the fact that both rounds have confirmed the significant distance between the 2 sides and that Ukraine's willingness to agree to an immediate ceasefire was not reciprocated by Russia. We call on Russia to heed the calls of the majority of the international community and make the decisive first step to agree on a full, immediate, and unconditional ceasefire on the path towards a just, comprehensive, and lasting peace in line with international law, the UN Charter, and in full respect of Ukraine's sovereignty and territorial integrity. Madam President, in closing, let me stress that peace in Ukraine can only be sustained by credible and robust security guarantees, which will deter and prevent